Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We're still in a month of November, but we just changed the sign, right? The sun sign from Scorpio to Sagittarius, that is ruled by the planet Jupiter, expansion, abundance, adventure. Okay, and reformation, and yeah, we are in really intense transitional time, especially now between those eclipses. We had the lunar eclipse November the 19th, and we're heading into the solar eclipse December the 4th. So that's why so taking some time and just reminding you that it's very important to take your time, go into your heart, that sacred space within your heart, through your breath. The centering is very important, and just kind of slow down. It's a period time of holidays as well, so remember, the kingdom of heaven is within. Everything is within. Very important to simplify our lives, simple living, high thinking. Yeah, so getting rid of all these old conditioning, old programming. The 3D matrix is collapsing anyway. So those people who are having really, really difficult, challenging times, it's just because it's time to let go and let God. Okay, and it is what it is, and humbling ourselves, very important, and aligning the personal will with God's divine will. So just kind of wanted to, guys, remind you that especially now when things are escalating, of course, as also we are ending this year of 2021 and then entering the year of 2022. The mindset is very important, right? And transmuting the darkness, just very important, and being in that light. That's who we truly are, the light inside of our heart. So that's the key. Okay, so let me invoke the violet flame, so kind of set the stage here. So it's for protection and transformation, and for freedom, and for sovereignty, and for grace and mercy. So that's the violet flame, you guys. If you're interested, you can even read the scientific study behind that violet flame. And when we invoke that, right, as we are entering the new golden age, Aquarius age, with Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame of freedom, master of alchemy, transmutation, and ascension, right? And of course, these things have to first happen in those higher etheric planes, and so then it can sprinkle down, and we can then manifest it here in this physical realm, the ascended physical realm, right, with our ascended physical body. So that's why cleansing, clearing, purification of our body, mind, and soul is extremely important. Just living the simple life, having connection to God, to source, pausing, invoking that violet flame, or calling upon the Holy Spirit and the Divine Mother. Just this is the time to do so. So then more and more of us are awakening, right? And we can transition to that next year, and we can transition to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2, right? So the soul connection, consciousness expansion. So that's the chakra 4, 5, and 6, right? The heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the third eye. Okay, and kind of releasing ourselves from those first 3 chakras, the root and the sacral and the solar plexus. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with those chakras. It's just because of the corruption and the MK Ultra, the mind control, and all this pollution and GMO and chemtrails, people kind of got lost in that personality matrix, in that density identification with the body, with the mind, the ego mind, and with money, right? I talk about the black magic, sex, whether money or black magic, the witchcrafting. I mean, everything here in this uh, 3D system was inverted, right, and put upside down with the Satanism, Luciferianism, with their the agenda, the pedophilia, and the narcissism. And we talk also about the criminal activities of those in those higher positions, whether humans, non-humans, in this visible world, physical visible, or the lower astral plane, invisible, right, and so on. So it's kind of time to release all these energies from our body, from our mind. So very important to acknowledge those energies, what I'm saying. So very important to be educated, be in the know, and be in the now. So I had a one question from my friend, so I will quickly go over that, and of course I will again touch on the Galactic Codex. Why is it important to implement that? Have this new Earth jurisdiction. Studying natural laws, very important. Why? Of course, explain that. It's time. We're 99.9% energy, 0.1% matter, and we are transitioning. The gamma rays frequencies been here for quite some time. People have all kinds of Ascension symptoms. So many MD doctors, they don't know what that means, what that is, because they don't study energy. We are like I said, we're energy, we're sacred geometry. And this hologram, right, this physical hologram, this vessel, right, this is where the soul, where the consciousness runs through. Okay, so time to really, now even, entering the Sagittarius sign, the expansion, the planet Jupiter, right? And just kind of awakening. We're in the awakening process, shifting consciousness, and and remembering our true divine nature, because we've been asleep here, in amnesia, the draconian hypnotism. Okay, so snapping out of it, very important. And I know it's not easy doing the inner work. It's like a spiritual drill, sadhana, spiritual practice, going into our heart, into our center, doing those sacred connections and DNA activation. Join us for the unity meditation with Sandra Walter. It's a lots of inner work, spiritual work. You constantly have to work on yourself, walk the middle path, right, the yellow brick road, and so on. So, and then of course the food, the superfood, changing the diet, changing the thoughts, really activating our DNA, harmonizing our feelings, our emotions, right, balancing our mind, the free thinking, right, very important. People need to learn really how to think, not what to think. And all this mind control coming from 5G towers, and from TV, and from all these ads, and this corporation, right? That's how kind of people were taught or programmed, that this is something normal, this is something that needs to be done, working from 8 till 5, and pay taxes and bills, and have this insurance and that insurance, and pay mortgage, right, which is really death certificate, death or debt, in this debt system, right, the black magic money, and so on, from these archons, or from those Dracos, and the Orion group, and the other negative aliens with their negative alien agenda. So I know it's a lot what I'm saying, right? The negative alien agenda, exopolitics and mystica and esoterica, just kind of resurrecting the teachings of the Great White Brotherhood, of the mystics, because this is how the nature was founded upon. Okay, the teachings of advanced civilizations, of the Great White Brotherhood, and so on, and the Masonic teachings, but not that's how it was then perverted and reversed by those Satanists, Luciferians, and so on. So it's time to also differentiate it, and kind of sense and feel what is correct, what is not correct. So purifying the mind is very important. Decalcifying the pineal gland is very important. Open your psychic abilities, right? Very important. But also you have to be very careful. Some people may be experiencing Kundalini awakening. I talk about the serpent power, the that lies in the coccyx area. That's your first chakra. Okay, so that's why the vessel, the body needs to be cleansed and purified. The mind has to be cleansed and purified. The emotions have to be cleansed and purified and balanced, right? So everything is harmonized, so we can transition and enter the next harmonic universe, number 2, where everything's about soul connection, consciousness expansion. So let me invoke the violet flame. For protection, for those who watch my video, for my tribe. Of course, my videos are for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes. I'm here to inspire you, empower you. I'm giving information the way I interpret it through my soul signature, energy signature. How you guys then interpret, or how you then understand, how you perceive the information that I'm sharing with you becomes your world, your reality, and what you do with it is your responsibility, as we are very powerful co-creators with the divine. We're watching our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, even our deeds and actions, right? What you put out there, that's what you receive. We'll go over some of the universal laws, very important, because we are the creators, we are the receivers, emitters, transmitters of energies. We're 99.9% energy. We're sacred geometry, and there's nothing really outside of us. Yeah, there's some stimulus, but we have the responsibility, we have the power, and that's how we were designed. Okay, just having that inner connection to God, to source. And so that's time to do the work, and then time to co-create it with the divine, with high frequency vibration, right? So everything, our lifestyle, whether it's yoga, Ayurveda lifestyle, people are doing all kinds of healing, and so on. So really be mindful, be aware, and choose wisely each and every day. What are you focusing upon, and be inner directed. So very important, again, centering ourselves, taking a couple of breaths, right? That's just very important to connect to that space, sacred space within our heart, the heart chakra. Make sure the spine is straight, you're in a comfortable position. I place my tongue on the upper palate, and when I close my eyes, right, I just feel my pineal gland that is in the middle of the brain. And then you start feeling those cosmic connections. You start feeling the chakra alignment. You start feeling how the light is pouring more and more, right, into this vessel to cleanse, to purify, to heal, to empower, right? You bring your soul essence online. And not even soul, but your oversoul, that's your monad and your avatar self. Because with me, we are going to the 12th dimension with 12 strands of DNA, and also practicing the 12D shield of protection building technique by Lisa Renee. You can find it on her website, Energetic Synthesis, on a YouTube channel. Beloved, I'm presence bright, round me seal your tube of light, from ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free, from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth violet fire, to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the violet flame. Beloved, I'm presence bright, round me seal your tube of light, from ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free, from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire, to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the violet flame. Beloved, I'm presence bright, round me seal your tube of light, from ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name, let it keep my temple free, from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire, to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the violet flame. And again, just feel the effect of that violet flame. I immediately see the magenta violet fire around me, within me. That's why I had the intention or this impulse to chant today AHAM PREMA, that's Sanskrit, I am divine love. Because the divine order, the amethyst divine order is also, it's here working with us, helping us with this transformation, transmutation. And there was this beautiful newsletter article from Lisa Renee on her website, Energetic Synthesis, where children are introduced to crystals, and especially the amethyst. So the amethyst crystals, here's the okay. And of course the pink, that's the energy of unconditional love. And something for grounding, those are the black stones, okay. And of course carnelian for the first chakra, citrine, that's the whether it's the third chakra. And we have the green, okay, for the heart chakra. This is for the throat chakra, and so on. So Aham Prema 108 times. Aham Prema, 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 PREMA, AHAM 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 PREMA. I am divine love. I am divine light. I am divine will. Amen. Just bringing those cosmic energies here on this plane of existence from that emerald order, gold order, and the amethyst. Now the amethyst, that's the 15th dimension. That's the plane of solar rishis, solar Christ, cosmic Christ consciousness, Christos Sophia consciousness. Bring those light codes here on this dimension, and that's how we help other people to activate their heart, their energy centers, right? And even helping them with the activation of their DNA. So keeping our frequency vibration very high. So that's kind of part of the work that I do, right? The column of light shining bright here, working with the ascension energies. I mean, with the energies of transformation, transmutation of the violet flame. Also, I saw the energy of the indigo, right? Where the indigo star seeds. We have the contract here to really transmute the darkness, bring it back to the light, so then we can shine on it, right? And transcend. Ascension is imminent. It is here, and it is what it is. I know there is a fight going on, or there's this battle between the dark and evil, right? The positive and the negative, so choose wisely, very important. That's why I'm trying to here teach you guys, show you how to be in that center, how to be in that energies of unconditional love, because this is who you are. You are love, you are light, you're eternity, you're omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. So I had this beautiful question from this beautiful soul, right? The 12 strands of DNA. Yes, because we are 12-dimensional beings here. That's the original divine template of the angelic human DNA, or beings, right? That was created in the 12th dimension, in the Lyra, the creator of Lyra. Okay, so with the crystalline heart, the plasma light body, and so on. So this is who we are. This is our inheritance. That's how we were designed, created by those ancient builders. Okay, back then, millions of years ago, okay, in Lyra. And then of course, because of the galactic wars, right, we have the also the bad aliens and the blood dragons, and unfortunately also those really bad reptilians, and even the Anunnaki, who kind of forgot who they were or who they are, right? And especially then how the fall from grace happened with the cataclysm of Atlantis, abuse of technology, highly advanced technology, abuse of that crystalline technology. So we are here to correct everything, to bring everything right side up, right? And very important. So activating the 12 strands of DNA is part of that Ascension protocol. That's kind of my version, right? So we talk about the 12D shielding, the 12D building technique from Lisa Renee, right? Working with the Merkaba. That's actually what I wanted to mention. Notice whenever I go into my deep state and invoke the violet flame, I surround myself with this the Merkaba, the God code, right? Those are those two triangles. One is uh, up like this and the other one is done like this. They're interconnected, and in the middle is the 0 point balance. I always talk about the zero neutrality, the divine neutrality, 0 point balance, the God's matrix, right? That's how, where everything is, the kingdom of heaven is within, right? That's the 0 point. And of course that's how we then ascend, transcend, and we can leave this draconian false matrix of the inorganic intelligence and inorganic artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's the key. So the inner work. Okay, then it was I talk about the Marina Jacobi, her quantum manifestation. Okay, so maybe study her material and Detox 101. That's what she's been teaching, and she has her downloads from the extraterrestrials, and from the hybrids, of that positive faction. She has her books. You can download them on her website, Marina Jacobi, Harmonic Reactor and Nanotechnology. Okay, so that's those who are on the scientific side. I'm more of philosopher. For me, yoga and Ayurveda and meditation and having contact, connection with the solar rishis. Okay, this is where I am coming from, and from the golden dragons as well. Okay, so this is what it is. 12 strands of DNA, 12 dimensional beings. Even this planet is 12 dimensional. We have the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the 12 hours, right? I mean, the time, even the time matrix is around this kind of 12D clock, and so on. And I'm sure there are other, the 12 stargates. I mean, the number 12 is extremely important. 12 times 12 give us 144. Okay, so there's so much, sacred math. The sacred mathematical formulas. I'm not on that scientific side, so those who want to experience or learn more on that scientific level, how the Trinity works, the 0 point matrix, the infinity, and the 12 dimension. I'm sure you can discover it from either her material or quantum scientists like Nassim Haramein, Greg Braden, right? God's Matrix. He wrote that book, and really liked the material back. I studied some books like The Biology of Beliefs from Dr. Bruce Lipton. So I study the epigenetics and so on. So there's a lot of science behind spirituality, and there are lots of awesome quantum scientists. Remember, we're going quantum, we're going galactic, we're multidimensional beings. What I just kind of my specialty or my niche is just kind of connect people with their heart, with their soul, the chanting, the violet flame invocation, right? The positive affirmation. That's also one way is how you can activate your DNA. I talk about going outside, being on the sun, and just receiving the light codes, outside from Mother Nature, right? She's a great healer. She's a shaman. She's a goddess Gaia. So this is one of those techniques that I teach, and of course, understanding and studying, understanding, embodying natural laws, universal laws, extremely important. That's how you explore your nature and your divinity, and you feel that power that is within you, right? So very important to claim your power back, command your space, being in your heart, being in your center, right? Watching our thoughts and emotions, very important. What are you putting out there, right? Because we have those universal laws. I had this book, The Light Shall Set You Free, from Dr. Milena. I'm sorry, that was Milanovic. Norma Milanovic. I'm sorry, Dr. Norma Milanovic. And of course, I have those 13 principles of natural laws from Lisa Renee. You can upload that or see it on my website, yanakalai.com. Or you can go on energetic synthesis, right? Ascension glossary, Lisa Renee, so you can study those 13 principles of natural laws. Okay, and of course we need the UFO disclosure, and we're exposing the wrongdoings in the entire infrastructure. I am focusing on the military because that's what I've experienced, right? That or the military bases, the Marines, the Marine Corps, the military industrial complex, the what is this secret space program, the DARPA. Okay, so that's why I'm putting together the New Earth jurisdiction. That's my credo, right? It's like a template for the New Earth jurisdiction where we're implementing the Galactic Codex. I mean, we have to, because we're dealing with aliens. Okay, 12 dimension, 11 dimension, but they run reversals. Okay, and they're siphoning energies from us, from our aura energy field. Okay, so this needs to be put into divine justice. I mean, this is put the end. The game is over pretty much. They have to follow universal laws. So very important for everybody. It's a responsibility and accountability to make yourself familiar with those universal laws. Like I said, what goes around comes around. Okay, so this is the law of cause and effect. So whatever quality of energy is generated from thought, emotion, and behavior, this combination sets into motion energetic vibrational frequency in time and space that must eventually return back to its causal source to complete its cycle. Nothing will escape this law, because at the end of the cycle, all is accounted for. So the 3D thing was, judging, right, and criticizing, and, I file a lawsuit against you, and so on. This is not going to work anymore, because we are leaving this 3D matrix, the 3D thinking. So that's why who also in a position, or there are lawyers, or the judges and law enforcement and so on, very important for those people, individuals. We are going back to God, we are going back to universal laws. Please study the universal laws. There are a couple of versions, but pretty much simple thing is like what goes around comes around. And then we talk about the golden rule, the law of response, right? That's the ethical code and moral truth that states one should treat others as one would like others to treat oneself. Yeah. So again, watch your thoughts, watch your mind, right? Your emotions and so on, where the anger comes from, all these triggers. So also important to do the inner work, and also put that armor of God on yourself, invoke that violet flame, centering yourself, right? Breath is very important. Long deep inhalations, long deep exhalations, you know what I'm saying? And then also having connection to Mother Nature, Mother Earth, right? The core of Mother Earth, very important. That's with the Merkaba, with the 12D shielding. That's what you learn from Lisa Renee. Okay, you connect to the core of Mother Earth, and also, of course, you connect then to the cosmic heart of Father, Mother, God. We have the Andromeda, right? Constellation. There are the Guardians, the crystal star Guardians, from not only from this universe, ultraverse. So we're really being supported. So, and so we are doing the work. It's just be familiar with those things. Educate yourself, because everything is here. The future is here. The Ascension is here. The Ascension energies, right? It's here. The energies of transformation, transmutation is here, right? And so we also have to disclose, all these things like the ancient technology, like Tesla towers, the anti-gravity, the reverse engineering, because we should now have at least like a levitating cars and free energy, right? The crystal generators, that's our true inheritance. That's our true home, how it used to be in Atlantis, Lemuria, ancient Egypt. This is not normal to drive a car on a gas. Now the price are pumping up, going up, right? Because through the artificial intelligence, of the archons, or the echelon, right, the puppets, the cabal, the Illuminati, they're really nothing puppets of those who are in this invisible world and so on. But now I'm sure they're struggling, and they are kind of fighting for their whatever the last chance. There is no chance. They're actually heading to their self-destruction. So those of the negative faction, so those are awakening. They need to look at the consequences of their actions. We're implementing the Galactic Codex, especially in the military. I already was mentioning those things, what was happening to those guys who were so-called recruited, right, with their negative nanobots, nanotechnology, all this mind control, the torture, the violence, sexual abuse, and all kinds of drugs, doing experimentations on them and so on. And so we need to disclose. The fact is that the Project Paperclip, right, the Nazis came over here after World War II, and all these experimentations on US populations, Agent Orange and fluoride in the water, and the GMO food, all kinds of horrible chemicals, not even produced on this planet, right? It can come from Mars, or come from Zeta Reticuli constellations, or the group, the Orion, okay, constellation, because we had the Orion group, the Seeker Empire, so time to educate yourself. Also study the alien races, okay? You're welcome to, if that's something that resonates with you. Because I had all kinds of experiences there in the military, how on that astral plane they were recruiting me, and just making marine out of me, okay, even though I never joined military on that physical plane. So, and lots of damage happened to my aura energy field. It cost me lots of money, and it took many years to heal myself from all that. So that's why my duty, I feel, is to educate others, and those who had the similar experiences, right? I want to form a community or platform for the veterans. They can start expressing themselves, or for the whistleblowers, or those guys in those SSP projects, or the super altered soldiers. So they need to start like expressing their truth, and so be part of their healing and their restoration and rehabilitation of their DNA. So we have this also new technology coming online, the Tachyon technology, and whether those are med beds or highly advanced technology. That's why it's so important to disclose the ETs, the Pleiadians, with their highly advanced technology. So the time is here. I mean, the time is now, and the energies are here. So we have to build the momentum. We have to join people, be in communities, sharing our gifts and talents, meditating. So the inner work is extremely important, and with children working with crystals, right? So that will also amplify their gifts and talents and help them to heal, especially some children who had to be had to receive that thing. So yeah, and then the green color for healing, this is malachite, right? And you can also imagine yourself being in a pyramid of light, for protection, right? Very important to protecting your aura, your energy field, and so on, being in your core, being in your power, being in your center, having that connection to Mother Earth, right? Mother Nature, right? Just be the column of light shining bright. Very important, right? As we're ascending, right? Bring your Christ itself online. Again, join us for the unity meditation with Saint Walter every Sunday. Very important. So that's why I am creating whatever I am creating, the law of unity, the law of oneness, right? The law of structure. So all is created by the mind of God, the force field, the golden liquid light, the prana chi. We exist within this field of mind energy, so we are one with it. And so it's time to really plug yourself into that universal awareness and unplug yourself from that lower 3D matrix, the low vibration, right, of contamination, mind control, degradation, and all this dumbing down and pollution and exploitation, So here it's the prison planet, right, the quarantine zone, this is all the chains are breaking down, everything is now collapsing. Things are not working anymore, right? People used to maybe lie or cheat or shoving throwing things on the carpet, avoiding the darkness. It's so important in this dualistic world to embrace the darkness, to see it for what it is, okay? And then know how to transmute it. And also very important for people, learn how to communicate, how to really express yourself with loving kindness, right? Speaking your truths. So all these curses and cussing and black magic and hexing and so on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a battle of a soul, so for the soul. So very important, what you're putting out there. What are you projecting? Is it coming from fear-based consciousness, the negative ego that still hasn't been transformed, transmuted? That's why, go on that pause button, breathe, meditate, and be the observer, right? The compassionate witness, okay? And don't judge, don't criticize, because then you're judging, criticizing yourself, and you're sabotaging your process of ascension on an individual plane. Individually, like, nobody will really help you with the ascension. That's why we are here, giving you the guidance, giving you the knowledge, the wisdom. We're the DNA activators, the light code carriers. Go back into your heart, into your center, do some meditation. Okay, so we are here in this together. And so, like I said, in unity there's power. Unity in diversity, you know what I'm saying? So the law of one, right? Infinity is in unity, and unity is infinite, and unity is formed with compassion. Very important to stay in your compassionate heart, because those negative ones, or even the mafia, right? The so-called the royal family, the black nobility family, disconnected from their heart, from their soul. And even some of those negative aliens, they don't have the vagus nerve, yeah, the one of those cranial nerves, really, online. So they don't know what empathy is. The total grace. They're extremely technical. They can produce a very advanced technology, but they don't know what it is, how to feel and how to feel love. So that's the quality of divine humans, angelic divine human beings with 12 strands of DNA. Okay, so that's our original divine blueprint. So time to resurrect that. So, and also from double helix, right, we are going into triple helix, right? The tree is actually etheric. And so the scientists talk about the dormant DNA, or the junk DNA. It's not junk, it's dormant, it's spiritual, right? So those who are the indigo star seeds, we come from that sixth the portal of the sixth dimension, right? The indigo, okay, that's the third chakra, and so on. So we already come with at least 5-6 strands being activated, but now those children, they are being born, okay, they can even come with 8 strands of DNA being activated, or just totally diamond children with 12 strands of DNA activated. But unfortunately, eating white sugar and having all these jabs, right? And if they're in a dysfunctional family, or parents don't understand them, so they can be traumatized, and they can be sabotaged, and damaged emotionally and mentally, and of course then physically, can be on that physical plane as well. So very important to do the work, inner work, so then you can be of service. That's how we can really exit the matrix, how we can liberate ourselves, right? And make this world a better place, yeah, in those higher realms, in those higher dimensions. It's everybody's duty. So time to really be responsible. Okay, and unity binds all things, all is interconnected. So that's the law of correspondence, right? Everything is interconnected, everything is interwoven. It's like, no, this is none of my business, right? Or like the separation, the conquer and divide, and so it's not going to work. Okay, we have to embrace everything. We're here in this society, we're here on this planet. We're here, this one nation, one race, one heart. Okay, if you want a peace, be that peace. Learn how to find that peace that is within you, peace that passes all understanding. Okay, so just very, very important. Anyway, so again, just touching on that Galactic Codex, just remember that we have the right for physical and spiritual abundance. Okay, we have the right for ascension, whether it's planetary or interstellar. We have the right to connect with our own galactic star family. We have the right for all information, including the ancient history. And we have the right to be free and sovereign. So claim your power back. Also, what I wanted to mention, I may be working like on a where this is senior or senior, or people or families, they kind of experience all these weird things, whether they were working for government, and this kind of interesting experiences. Maybe I can be putting a project or a case where population humanity were not informed of those negative aliens. And we talk about the treaty in 1950s with those whether zetas or those gray aliens, right? The Seeker Empire, the all Orion Grays. And they were using nanobots back then for the guys in the military, for the soldiers, and so on. And so whoever wanted to work for the military and was of that good nature, right? Those individuals were persecuted and were imprisoned and damaged, and even murdered. Okay, so looks like there'll be maybe more and more cases, because we need to talk about the agenda of those negative ones. We are ascending, we are going to those higher octaves. So it's like ETs, extraterrestrials. That's actually should be like a normal talk, because that's who we are the ETs. Okay, we are the extraterrestrials. So, and again, there's nothing outside of us, right? All is within us. I talk about the unity, right? The infinity in unity, and so on. Everything needs to be embraced, everything needs to be um um acknowledged. Very important, acknowledged, right? So those who have the knowledge, right, very important to share their knowledge and just really put it out there, and so others can either study that or do their own research. So, and again, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Here, I was mentioning the shadow military, the shadow government, and there are black sun operations, the covered operations, right? Whether in the military, this is all going to be disclosed, no matter what, from A to Z, right? The CCP Japs, right? That's the Communist China party. I mean, that's actually, those are the archons. Those are the Chimera group, right? The spider beings. There are even death camps underground, whether it's under China and other big cities or big nations. Okay, I come from. Let me see. It's like it's a group of people, like Mystica Esoterica. When I was growing up, I studied Jewish mystic Kabbalah. Okay, and always attracted to Tibet. Tibet, Nepal. So those are mystery school of Shambhala, right? And of course, Yeshua and the Essenes. There also was a mystery school where Yeshua, Jesus, was attending to. He was a very good student, and he was learning all these things about esoterica, mystica, yoga, and the secret teachings, okay, of the Essenes, and of course of the yogis, rishis, as well. Mahatavar Babaji. I mentioned the book Paramsa Yogananda, the autobiography of a yogi. So time to resurrect all this knowledge. It's like we're going into the future, but at the same time we're resurrecting everything of the ancient. So very important to be in your heart, to be in that zero point, the divine neutrality, and walk the middle path. Okay, my beloved. So that was just for right now. We're in the middle of those eclipses, so just kind of keep it simple. Keep it, be centered, and stay tuned. Know that you are love, your sound, light, frequency, vibration, that all is well, and things are happening. And it's time to also like rejoice and imagine our beautiful future, because this is the timeline. We're on the Ascension timeline, and nothing can stop that. There is no point of turning back. Okay, so we're heading forward, and it is what it is. So let's go with the flow, jump on that ascension wave, and let's go create, make it all divine. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.